English podcast
from Learn English with Joy.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Learn English with Joy, the podcast where learning English feels calm, kind, and maybe even a little fun. I'm Chris.
And I'm Emily. We're so glad you're here with us today. Whether you're taking a break, doing laundry, or just lying on the couch with your eyes half closed.
Which honestly sounds kind of perfect, because today's topic is something I've been feeling a lot lately.
Wait, really? You too?
Oh yeah, that slow, heavy, I'll start tomorrow feeling? It hit me hard this week.
Same. Like I've been staring at my English notes thinking, do I really need to do this right now? And somehow, that turns into watching cat videos for 40 minutes straight.
Exactly. And then comes the guilt. Why didn't I practice? Why can't I stay focused?
But here's the thing. We all go through lazy phases. And honestly, it doesn't mean we're bad at learning or lazy people. Sometimes it just means we're tired or overwhelmed or just human.
So true. And that's what this episode is all about. What if discipline didn't mean pushing hard every day? What if it could be soft, forgiving, and actually doable?
That's the heart of it. Today, we'll talk about how to be disciplined even when you feel lazy. Not with pressure, but with tiny steps, gentle routines, and small wins.
So, if you've ever said to yourself, I should be doing more, take a deep breath. You're not alone.
This episode is for you. Let's walk through it together. Okay, I'll be honest with you. A few days ago, I had one of those days.
The classic lazy day?
Exactly. I set my alarm for 7 a.m., full of good intentions. I was going to stretch, drink water, and study English for 20 minutes before work.
Very productive sounding.
Haha, yeah. But what actually happened? The alarm rang. I hit snooze. It rang again. I rolled over. Then, when I finally sat up, I looked at my notebook and thought, not today. Been there. So instead of practicing, I opened YouTube. Just one video, I told myself. But then, 3 videos, 1 snack, and a nap later, it was 1 p.m., and I had done absolutely nothing on my list.
Oof, the guilt must have started creeping in.
Oh, totally. I started feeling bad for wasting time. I kept thinking, why can't I just focus like everyone else? And what do you think I told myself at the end of the day?
Let me guess. I'll start tomorrow.
Exactly. But that tomorrow never comes if the cycle keeps repeating.
That sounds way too familiar. I've had days where I opened my laptop to study or write, and instead, I ended up organizing my desktop icons.
Oh, wow. The ultimate productive procrastination move.
Ha ha ha, right? Or suddenly, I need to clean my desk before I can do anything, and then I need tea. Then maybe I check one message, and boom, an hour's gone.
So true. It's not like we're doing nothing, but we're avoiding the one thing we said we'd do.
Exactly. And when it happens once, fine. But when it becomes every day, you start feeling stuck. For me, it's like I keep saying, tomorrow I'll be better. Tomorrow I'll feel motivated.
But tomorrow isn't a strategy.
Right? And the worst part? The more we delay, the heavier it feels to restart.
You know, I used to think being lazy meant I was failing.
Me too. But I've learned that laziness is often just something else in disguise.
Yes, sometimes it's not laziness. It's being overwhelmed, or tired, or even bored.
Or burned out. Especially when we expect too much from ourselves.
So instead of beating ourselves up, maybe we can pause and ask, what do I really need right now?
Exactly. Maybe what we need isn't more pressure, but a softer way to begin again.
In the next part, we're going to show you just that. How to gently shift from stuck to moving again, even if it's just one tiny step. Here's something I've started saying to myself lately. Let's get curious, not critical. Because here's the truth. When I feel lazy, my first reaction used to be guilt. I'd say things like, ugh, why can't I just do this? What's wrong with me? But you know what? That never helped.
If anything, it makes it worse.
Exactly. So now I try asking different questions. Instead of, "What's wrong with me?" I ask, "What's really going on here?" Maybe I didn't sleep well. Maybe I've been overcommitting. Maybe I'm just bored with my routine.
Or maybe you just need rest, and that's okay too.
Yes, naming the feeling helps. Sometimes the word isn't lazy, it's tired, or uninspired, or disconnected. When we label everything as laziness, we ignore what's underneath. So here's a simple practice for our listeners. Next time you feel lazy, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself gently, am I tired? Am I anxious? Am I just overwhelmed? Because once you know what you're really feeling, you can respond with care, not criticism.
That's so powerful. And I want to add something I tell myself. Start with a whisper, not a roar.
So many of us think discipline means going big. You know, wake up at 5 a.m., study English for an hour, do 50 push-ups, drink green smoothies. Haha, that sounds exhausting already.
Right? But what if discipline didn't have to be loud or intense? What if it could be soft, quiet, even gentle?
I love that. Like, instead of forcing a full routine, you just open your notebook or say one English phrase out loud.
Exactly. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's saying, I'll show up, even just a little.
I call these micro moves just one whisper of effort, like pressing play on a podcast, reading one new word, writing one sentence. And once you take that first gentle step, the next one feels easier. Discipline grows quietly. It starts as a whisper and builds from there. That might be the most comforting definition of discipline I've ever heard.
Thanks, Em. And I think that brings us to the next part. How to use these whispers to build momentum, even on your slowest days.
There's a powerful truth I discovered a while back, and it completely changed the way I look at motivation.
Oh? What is it?
That movement creates motivation, not the other way around.
Wait, so you don't need to feel motivated first?
Exactly. Most people wait to feel ready before they start something, but in reality, it's often the small action, just moving a little, that creates the energy we were waiting for.
So the secret isn't feeling inspired. It's just beginning.
Yes, even if it's just standing up and stretching, or opening your notebook. Once you start, something shifts. Your brain goes, "Oh, we're doing this? Okay, let's keep going."
That explains so much. I've had moments where I really didn't want to practice, but once I started, even just a little, I suddenly found myself doing more than I planned.
That's it. You don't need a full routine. You just need a spark, a flicker, a whisper. That's how momentum begins. Let me give you a real example. A few weeks ago, I told myself I'd study English for 30 minutes that day. But honestly, I didn't feel like it. I was tired, unfocused. So I said, okay, just 30 seconds. Just open the app, read one word. That's a good trick.
And you know what happened? I opened the app, looked at the first word, and I thought, well, I'm already here. So I kept going. 5 minutes, then 10. In the end, I studied for 20 minutes without even trying.
All from a 30-second start.
Exactly. When the bar is low, it's easier to begin. And once you begin, you build momentum without even realizing it.
I love this so much. We need to give it a name.
How about the lazy momentum trick?
Perfect. Because it's for those days when you feel lazy, but you want to do just enough to shift gears.
So here's your challenge, dear listener. The next time you feel too tired or unmotivated, try the lazy momentum trick. Tell yourself, I'll just do 30 seconds.
That's it. Just a small move. No pressure. No plan. Just a whisper of action.
You'll be surprised how often 30 seconds becomes 3 minutes, or even 30. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. You still moved. And movement, however small, is always something to celebrate. Now, let's take it one step further. What if we could actually design our lazy days in a way that supports us?
Yes. Not fight them, but work with them. That's what this next part is all about. Let's talk about micro actions. These are tiny, simple tasks, so small your brain can't say no.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, instead of saying, I'm going to study English today, you say, I'll read just one sentence. Or, I'll press play on a podcast. That's it.
So the goal is to make the action feel easy, even a little ridiculous?
Exactly. James Clear calls it the 2-minute rule. I like to think of it as so small, it's silly. But that's the point. The smaller it is, the lower the resistance. That makes sense. Big tasks feel heavy, but a micro action, it's light, almost playful.
And the best part? Once you do one micro action, your brain gets a small win. That little success makes you feel more capable, and suddenly, doing one more thing doesn't feel so hard.
So it's like tricking your brain into building discipline, one tiny step at a time.
Exactly. Micro actions create quiet progress, especially on lazy days. Can I share something that helps me stick to those micro actions?
Of course.
I pair them with something I enjoy. For example, I only study vocabulary while sipping my favorite tea, or I listen to English while sitting by the window with the sunlight on my face.
I love that. It's like telling your brain, hey, this is a nice moment. Let's stay here.
Exactly. I call it habit pairing. If the action feels good, I'm more likely to repeat it. So now, when I hear soft music and smell jasmine tea, my brain goes, ah, time to review English.
That's so smart. Whether it's a cozy blanket, background music, or lighting a candle, we can turn practice into a comforting ritual, not a chore.
You know what else helps? Changing the goal from perfect to just done.
Yes, that shift is everything. Perfection makes us freeze, but done is enough? That makes us move.
Exactly. I used to think that if I didn't do the full lesson, it didn't count. But now I tell myself, even one sentence is progress. Even one attempt matters.
It's like saying, I showed up today, and that's enough.
Right. It builds confidence, not pressure, especially on low energy days.
So for our listeners, try this. Instead of asking, did I do enough? Ask, did I do something?
Because something, even small, is always better than nothing. Okay, can I share a silly story?
Always. You know I live for your silly stories.
So last month I couldn't get myself to open my English notebook. Every day I said, tomorrow, but it never happened.
Sounds familiar.
Then one afternoon I made a deal with myself. I said, if I open the notebook, I get a cookie. Just open it. No need to write anything. Just open.
And did you do it?
I opened it in 5 seconds, got the cookie. And you know what? After that first bite, I thought, well, since the notebook's open,
You kept going?
yep, wrote 3 new sentences, then reviewed old notes. I ended up studying for 15 minutes.
That's the magic of rewards. Even tiny ones.
Exactly. And now, open notebook equals cookie is a thing in my brain. I've trained myself like Pavlov's dog, but for English.
Hey, if cookies build discipline, I'm all in. But you know what doesn't build discipline?
What?
Shame. And I've been there. More times than I'd like to admit.
Tell me more.
There were days when I didn't study, didn't write, didn't move. And instead of resting, I felt this heavy guilt. Like I'd failed. Like I was falling behind everyone else.
That sounds exhausting.
It was. I'd scroll through social media and see people posting, woke up at 5 a.m., finished a book, worked out, and studied 3 languages before breakfast. And I'm sitting there in pajamas at noon with crumbs on my shirt.
It was. I'd scroll through social media and see people posting, woke up at 5 a.m., finished a book, worked out, and studied 3 languages before breakfast. And I'm sitting there in pajamas at noon with crumbs on my shirt.
I've had mornings like that too. just staring at my to-do list while eating cereal straight from the box, wondering if watching a documentary counts as productivity. And that comparison, it steals your joy. You stop seeing your own effort. You only see what you didn't do. And that makes it even harder to begin again.
It becomes a loop. Guilt, comparison, paralysis.
Exactly. But here's the good news. We can break that loop. And we'll talk about how next.
Here's something I had to learn the hard way. You have to give yourself permission to start over, without shame.
Yes, say that again.
Give yourself permission. Permission to pause, to reset, to be human.
I love that word, reset. It's gentle. It's not start from zero. It's take a breath and begin again.
Exactly. I used to think I had to wait until Monday or the first of the month or when I felt ready. But really, every moment is a chance to reset, even right now.
So for our listeners, if today didn't go,
And here's the thing, discipline isn't about being perfect every day.
it's about showing up again and again. Even if yesterday was messy,
Even if you missed a week, even if you only practiced for 30 seconds.
you're still building something, and that matters.
So let this be your gentle reminder. You're allowed to begin again, without guilt, without pressure.
Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can.
And trust that even the smallest effort counts, because it does.
Always. And if there's one thing we want you to remember from this episode, it's this. Discipline is not pressure. It's permission.
Permission to begin again, permission to take small steps, permission to move at your own pace.
It's not about being strong all the time. It's about being gentle with yourself and still showing up.
Because you don't need to be perfect to be consistent. You just need to keep returning, keep choosing, keep starting.
So here's an affirmation you can carry with you. I give myself permission to grow. I am allowed to try again.
Say it once, say it quietly, or write it down, whatever feels right.
Because your journey is still valid, even when it's slow, and you're doing better than you think.
So here's your gentle invitation for today. Pick one tiny action, just one.
Maybe it's reading one sentence in English. Maybe it's repeating one phrase you liked from this episode, or just opening your notebook and writing the date.
Keep it soft, keep it simple, keep it doable.
And remember what we shared today. Start with a whisper. Celebrate micro actions. Pair habits with joy. Let go of guilt. And above all, give yourself permission to reset.
There's no pressure here, just a quiet path, one small step, and you.
We'll be right here with you, every step of the way.
Before we head into the vocabulary section, let's take a soft moment to recap what we've explored today.
We started with a feeling many of us know well, laziness, but we gently reframed it as something more honest, tiredness, overwhelm, or even disconnection.
We shared the lazy day loop and how tiny habits, what we called micro actions, can help us build real momentum.
We talked about designing your environment, pairing actions with pleasure, and using the lazy momentum trick to get moving again, without pressure.
And most importantly, we reminded you that discipline isn't about perfection, it's about permission. Permission to reset, to grow, to keep going.
So if today felt like a slow day, we hope this episode gave you peace, and one small reason to try again tomorrow.
And now, let's gently look back at some of the powerful words from today. These words aren't just for English practice. They're here to help you name what you feel and guide what you do. Take a breath. Go slow. Let's begin.
And help you move through your day with a bit more kindness and ease.
Take a breath. Go slow. Let's begin. Let's start with lazy. It means not feeling like doing anything. Example? I felt lazy and skipped my study session. And hey, that's okay sometimes. Yeah, for real. Try this with me. I felt lazy, and that's okay. No shame, just honesty.
Next one, momentum. It's the energy you get once you start doing something. Like, once I started writing, I built momentum. Feels good, right?
Say this out loud with me. I'm building momentum. Even slow progress is still progress.
Now here's a great tool, micro action. That's a tiny step to get started. For example, reading one sentence is a micro action. Just one step can open the door.
Let's say one small action is enough. That's all you need to begin.
Now we've got permission. It means letting yourself do something without guilt. Like, I gave myself permission to rest. No need to earn rest. You deserve it.
Now try this. I give myself permission to grow. Say it kindly, like you mean it.
Moving on. Guilt. It's that heavy feeling when you think you messed up. Example. I felt guilt for not studying. Been there, huh?
Now say with me, it's okay. Let go of guilt. You're human, you're learning.
Next is reset. It means starting fresh, without pressure. Try this. I took a deep breath and hit reset.
Let's say, today is my reset. A new moment, a new start.
Now here's a common one. Procrastinate. It means putting things off again and again. Like, I always procrastinate my practice. We've all done that.
Now say this, no more procrastinating. Smile a little. It's not a fight.
Last one. Comparison period. It's looking at others and feeling not good enough. Like, everyone's doing better than me.
Let's flip that. Say, my journey is mine. Repeat it with care. My journey is mine.
You've done beautifully. These words are not just vocabulary, they're your tools. Use them gently. Use them often.
And if you'd like extra practice, we've got something special for you.
You can download today's free worksheet. It includes all these words, writing prompts, and gentle reflection exercises.
You'll find the link in the show notes. Take your time. Learn with kindness.
And remember, even one word a day is still learning. And before we say goodbye, we just want to remind you, your English journey doesn't have to be perfect.
Yes, perfection is not the goal. Progress is. Even one small sentence today, even one new word that counts.
And if you're afraid to speak because you might make mistakes, we want you to hear this. Mistakes are proof that you're learning.
Exactly. Every confident English speaker you admire once said, I goed instead of I went. Trust us, we've all been there.
One of my favorite quotes comes from J.K. Rowling. She said, "It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all."
So speak, try, get it wrong, then try again, with a smile. That's how you grow.
Your English doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. Your voice matters, even when it's quiet, even when it's unsure.
So here's our gentle challenge for you today. Say one sentence in English. Just one, out loud. To yourself, to a friend, or to your notebook.
It could be, "Today I listened to a podcast," or "I'm learning to speak with confidence."
Whatever it is, speak it with pride. That's your step forward.
We're proud of you. Keep learning, keep speaking, and always, be kind to yourself.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, keep going, one gentle step at a time.